using the same reel from Bot or Not, I am looking at a random player. This is 14 Nights Forever 15, and this is Rocky Reels. This is where Ray and I actually landed to be eliminated. So I'm feeling like there'll be enough of the video content available to us that I should be able to observe what appears to be more bots. Now, this is Don't Be Shy. That is attacking the bot that we're watching. Okay, this is where Don't Be Shy eliminates that particular player. Then we pick back up with Don't Be Shy. Don't Be Shy actually was not the one who eliminated. Oh, yes, it was. I do believe he was the one who eliminated both Ray and I. So, uh, in our initial video, though, we didn't stick with him. Now, see how that shows where he just disappears? Well, it has something to do with being out of a particular area or something. I don't know what causes that to happen. It actually happens again here with the Jamesters 13. I actually did a lot of research on this in watching this over and over again to see why it was that as I continued to watch this particular player, he like disappears. Now, this was the first time that I had seen it happen. So I wasn't aware that whenever you're recording your gameplay or your system is recording it, that it isn't going to include every single person that is in that game. It's not going to show their entire gameplay without interruption. However, there is still a way to see it. It just takes a little while to do it. I actually think that that was an accident whenever he threw the launch pad at the wall. Now, maybe he knew that that would happen and it kind of doubles as a grenade. Not a grenade, but an impulse. Um, could be. For a little bit there, I was thinking, okay, this is a bot because he just disappears and then he respawns again later in the game because I couldn't follow him. And you'll see, we'll lose him in a little bit. But we're going to keep following this and see if we pick him back up just naturally. Because if I'm following him and then he shows up again, I'm hoping it will just automatically pick up. This kind of made me think, well, maybe it isn't, but I think maybe thought somebody went inside that. And then in opening it to see if someone was inside, may have discovered, oh, well, this is a traveling one. I think that Ray and I both thought he knew that. Maybe he did already know that, but it is possible because he was shooting it thinking there was a player inside that he was going to eliminate it. Well, okay, I'm going to open it, see if there's somebody inside, and then shoot them. Then, obviously, once you open it, it's an automatic thing that happens. You teleport. So, we continue to watch. Well, it doesn't make sense. He picks up one, puts down the other. It's the same color, so who knows why. That was another reason. I was like, maybe he is a bot. Yeah, I go back and forth on watching back these videos because I'm like, okay, yeah, that's complete, totally a real player. And then they go do something like pick up the same. That maybe he didn't pay attention to what which of like the title on the lightsaber because if you hover over the lightsaber before you pick it up, it will tell you whose lightsaber that it is. Is it Luke's or and is it Luke's green or is it Luke's blue? And maybe he wasn't. He just picked it up to see which it is. That could have happened because some people just don't stop to read to see what it is, especially when you're kind of doing it passively. We do just kind of make those decisions as we're just playing, not focusing specifically on what we're doing. I'm leaving this up on the screen so we see whenever it changes. Now, obviously, we know, we see that this is the Jamesters. Um, it's Jamesters 13. I was wondering if I was pronouncing it right. So I could turn it off. We know that it's him. But whenever it switches, I want to know immediately who the next person is. Now, the way that I was able to rule out that there was something shifty going on with this particular character, like it disappearing and then reappearing later, was going back and following his partner, Nobody.com, because that does not sound like a bot name to me. Bot names are usually what it seems like to me random names or random things put together, like zebra girl or zebra chicken 21. And it's like these two random things put together with a number. The Okay, see how he just disappeared here? Now watch what's going to happen. This goes to Try Aging, which is actually Anonymous 355, who we were watching in the original. Actually, Anonymous was the one that we chose to follow because there was an issue with don't with the who was it? Oh, this one, his partner. We couldn't pick him up. I may be getting my details, my facts wrong on this. Initially, when we first saw this, I was like, wow, okay, yeah, maybe these are really real players and they're going to town with these lightsabers. I don't know that bots would actually do that. They hang out here a little bit long, but we have to remember we cannot hear their communication. So they could be talking about something. They could be looking at quests. They can be looking at the map, trying to determine where the circle's going to go. There are a lot of different things they could be doing that would cause them to remain in the same place if they're able to hear cars or anything that may be showing up on their I always have a problem remembering what they call that, the visual sound effects. They may be able to see some visual sound effects that aren't showing up for us watching. So they're like watching, waiting. They're on a floating location here. Maybe they're thinking, oh, we can do one of the quests, and that is not actually a floating location. Oh, yeah, I guess it is. The Flutter Barn. And then Ray and I, we discussed this further after watching these guys here out at over in this area, and they camp. They camp this location for quite a while. Again, something that we have not really noticed that bots do. This is waiting your when you're camping, you're trying to sabotage or ambush other players, and bots are like programmed to run, 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 stop, shoot, run, run, stop, shoot. And they're on this continual loop um, of, different commands of what to do. They're getting ready to camp this out. Now, what I want to do, because we actually followed these guys in the original, I'm going to try to find now Nobody.com. So we're going to, oh, here's this Jamesters again. See, he's back. This is what I did earlier. This is how I was able to determine, oh, okay, well, he was still in the game. And it was right around this time, actually, that he shows up emerging from just outside of this, over by the fence. Okay, so like, what is he doing with this? But he probably he's just getting rid of it. Okay. Okay, he jumps through. I've seen this footage somewhere else. He jumps through the top portion of that. Though I'm not really sure how he did that. I really don't think on replay that locations exactness is perfection, in the way when it's rendering back. I think that some things may end up being off because I have played and the character, like even for him, whenever I played where he reemerges, he was in one place. It's still close, but then I would stop, rewind, press play again, and it would be off a little bit. And then he would be like over to the right more than he was, even when I go back to the exact same point. So I don't think that it's perfect. So here we see he joins Nobody.com again. They are back together. So this shows us that he was not eliminated, and he remained right there in that same area at the racetrack. And they're driving. This is something too. I'm like, do bots drive? And I'm like, okay, if bots did drive, they would probably drive a lot, maybe a lot like one of my teammates. But there's this, someone is shooting, we're going to jump out immediately and um, shoot them, collect them. To me, there's just all of the combination of decisions that they make point to real player. Though, trust me, they do plenty of things that make them look like bots too. I do this all the time. Driving along, I jump right out of the car while it's still moving. So it's like, oh, I see something, jump. Okay, they obviously were responding to that loop drop. Oops. And I know he probably was like, oops, sorry. Didn't mean to hit you. And I wanted to know what happened to this player because of us following him on bot or not. Because he disappeared, and I didn't know at the time to continue looking for him later in the reel, we lost him. And so this is on playback. Ooh. I'm sure he took a hit on his health there. He's trying to get away so he can recoup some of that shield. And there's an NPC there that belongs to somebody else. Uh-oh. And this is where we see him be eliminated. Then we pick up with Nobody.com, who is his partner. It's so close to the end of the game, his partner would not be able to get his card and reboot him at this point. Not without being dead. He's scoping it out. He knows that the circle is getting much smaller. There was way too much action going on there, and them being able to see him run off for them to just completely forget it. There's an awful lot of loot right there. it is possible they may have moved on. Oh my God, I've done that. I don't know how many times. Like, throw it and it goes, you throw it out too far. Now, he did throw it to get shield and didn't get shield. I don't understand why he isn't picking up the other shield splashes. But I can't see his health or shield, so he may not have actually needed it. It could have been an accident. I've done that before, like right now, and he has the. Okay. Oh, what is he doing? What is he doing? Okay. That was bot behavior, in my opinion. Why would you be spraying an NPC? Does their health go down? Oh God, I'm gonna have to look at that now. I guess it would. So maybe he did need some help. Okay, there's shooting. He's really got. I guess he could utilize this gun and it work. If he keeps getting too close though, it's going to be harder. What is going on with that rock over there? Oh, yeah. Definitely want to pay attention to those two guys. Call them two bites. Uh-oh. Yep. And there you go, okay? So Greyhawk 83 is, this must have been the end of the game, is the one who ended up taking the final shot. We did show them in the original, or I believe it was. Maybe not. I can't remember. Yeah, I guess it would be because they would have been the last player standing, so we'd be able to see that in the original reel. So this, I just wanted to show you what happened to Jamester 13 and why, give a little bit of feedback on why he disappeared and what happened to him. Did he come back to the game? Because, I mean, there was a lot of evidence that he was a pretty good player and he was doing things that we had not seen, though we are not all that experienced in the game. We're still relatively new to the game. So, yeah, there's still a lot that can be learned. And that's what we're trying to do too, is learn through these uh, replays. So anyway, that is what happened to James 13. And we see what happened going into the finale here at the very end of the game with Gray, whatever I said his name was, it disappeared, Greyhawk. And so we'll be doing more of these, but I wanted to give that feedback on what happened to Jamester 13. See you guys later. Bye. Well, I guess I didn't need to do that. No, it's more than that. Can't do that.